I have been gone for a little bit, and there is a good reason for that. I have been playing a lot of different games and experimenting with a lot of different content that I could make. Since my Team Fortress videos, I've still been bringing in views, I didn't really think that I should come back for a little bit. So I took a little bit of a break, got myself rejuvenated, and now I'm ready to come back. And all that I can really say is that through trying to find new things to upload about, I have found one of my favorite games that I've ever played. The Binding of Isaac is it's a mosh pit of about 100,000 different ideas and so many different ways you can interpret the game that just talking about it won't really make you, think much of the game. Now, I've only played Binding of Isaac Rebirth, but there's Afterbirth, Afterbirth Plus, and Repentance, which are expansions that add so much already to the game that is completely filled with content that changes almost every time you play the game. I'm not very good at the game, and you'll probably see me restarting a lot during my gameplay, but I love the game. I'm about 20 hours in, I think 23 to be exact, almost a full day, and I've had it for about a week. And if I'm being honest, I have played this game more than I have any other game. So for me, 23 hours is a lot, considering I haven't spent that much even on some other games, because I'm not really that kind of person, I'll spend a lot of time on one specific game for a little bit, and then wonder, wow, that was a lot of time that I spent. But for this, I was genuinely surprised that I was playing it for that long. Last time I think I played a game, in a week, got 20 hours, was Elden Ring, and even then, I barely played that game, consistently after that. But this game I just can't stop playing. Every day, for at least 30 minutes to an hour, I might hop on this, and it'll probably replace any other games I'll play for the day, which is incredibly surprising considering that some of the other games that I've been playing I've been addicted to for a little bit. Right, so I worked out earlier and immediately was like, alright, time to rest. Hopped on Isaac. Binding of Isaac just to play for 40 minutes and record all of it. And the only thing that can go through my brain was the fact that I need to make a video on this. I need to talk about it. And I'm sure most people watching this video have probably already played the game considering you tapped on it. For most of you, well, not most of you, for those of you, who have not played the game and are wondering, oh, I might have heard about this, what's it like? All that I'm going to say is that if you haven't played it already, like I have, because it took me forever to play it, you need to play it, and you need to play the heck out of it, because it is such an amazing game. To start off, I don't think you should get any of the expansions until you learn the game, considering how much the new ones add. And plus, it's a nice change of pace, considering a lot of the weapons in the games are, buffed or nerfed in the expansions compared to Rebirth. So I suggest playing Rebirth first. And in terms of unlocking things and how hard it is to do that, trust me, it's not too hard, depending on what the item you want is. Or, you could just not unlock anything and just play the game as whatever you're gonna unlock, because you can unlock things just by playing through it, right? But there's challenges you can do, or specific, kind of things that you can follow. I'm pretty sure the achievements tell you, but I'm not sure, or you can just look it up. But yeah, you can do that if you're too lazy to just wait, never mind, that sounded really stupid. No, what I meant to say was that if you're too lazy, then you can just do nothing and just play the game, which is probably the most boring thing you can do, considering how fun some of the items that you can unlock are, and especially some of the characters. I cannot just play base Isaac anymore. It's either Samson or I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, and I won't because I know someone will point it out. but I'm playing as him in the gameplay. Alright, little demon fella. And I'm pretty sure I knew how to say the name like earlier today, but it's late and I'm tired. It's like 10 o'clock here, so yeah. I'll probably start uploading, a lot more, just different stuff, and probably a lot of indie games, considering I've been playing a lot of those. More or less, I'll probably play a lot of games people have never heard of, especially stuff from like itch.io, maybe some haunted PS1, or stuff like that, PSX games, maybe even a couple horror games, but I'm not really sure how to like commentate over that, so I'm not really sure if I'll do that just yet. But for now, this is what you guys gotta deal with. Nonetheless, though, to talk about the story of the game, which, yeah, great transition, I know, I'm so smart. Either way, the story of the game. It's complicated, but to put it in a nutshell, little boy Isaac is schizophrenic and thinks his mom is going to kill him. And he dies. That is the story, or if you want it to be even more simple, just read the Bible. You can do that too. You can just read the Bible while you're playing the game. Like, get to like Revelations in the Bible and then come back to me and tell me how you saw the game. It is definitely an interesting experience, like, as you start learning more about the story. For me, I just watched like a 2-hour video on the lore and decided, yeah, that's enough, and then I went back to playing the game, and now my eyes are completely wide open, and I'm like, oh my lord, I just noticed this, I just noticed that. And turns out there's even more in Repentance that I don't have access to yet, because I don't feel like spending $32 on the next expansion. Not yet, at least, but I will, probably soon. And I'll make a video about that too. I'll make a video about Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus as well, because I really love this game, and I think everybody else should love it too. I'm like reverse gatekeeping right now. Like, go play the game. It has been out for way too long to have not played the game, and that's something I'm realizing now, because I've had chances to go play the game, but I just never did. Instead, I was playing roguelikes like Dead Estate and Enter the Gungeon, and when I could have been playing this all along, because this is like worth 200 of those, considering how much freaking content is in the game, to the point that I don't think I'll ever be finished with it. Never will I try to 100% any of this game. Like, I will not try to get everything in one save file. That is like half impossible for me to do, because I'm not spending 500 hours on a game, especially when so many other games come out. But for those of you who want to do that, you can. And for those of you who just want to turn your brain off and play a roguelike, go ahead. This is actually the greatest experience you'll have in a roguelike, and I mean that. Maybe not at first, but then every other roguelike you've ever played, you'll be like, well, it's okay. Or you might be like, oh, Isaac's just okay. But at the same time, you'll be like, alright, time to get back on Isaac, because it's an addiction. It is so addictive, and I don't know why, because I don't even think I like it that much. I just think it's so addictive. It's just fun for no apparent reason, especially when you're unlocking things. The more you unlock, the more like dopamine you get, so your brain is just like, alright, consume more Isaac. In other games, I don't think it feels as good to unlock things, because in Isaac, it's extremely rewarding, and some things are extremely hard to get. Especially like with getting a character like Samson, where you're not supposed to get hit for like 2 levels. It is so hard to do sometimes, especially depending on the seed you get. So you're not able to get like a good weapon to start out, or maybe you can't find a good weapon at all, like your entire run. So it's to the point where you're just like, alright, I might restart. I didn't even know how to restart a run until I was watching that 2-hour lore video where it said hold R, and I did, and now I have to reset my seed like 20 times just because I want a good weapon. Don't be like me, because it's extremely annoying and it might make you like the game less. If honestly, in my opinion, just run the game blind. Every run, just go into it blind and just wait until you die, because at any point things can change. You can get like a reroll. Anything can change. Isaac is just one of those games where it's like turn your brain off and just play. You don't gotta think about anything, because half the time you don't know what any of the items do. Unless you have a mod that can tell you what those items do. But I don't have one, so I just don't know what half of them do. But I do know don't pick up the roach or whatever, the beetle, because it will not allow you to pick up any other trinkets. By the way, trinkets are little things you can pick up that can give you buffs or do other things. It just depends. Who knows? You'll find out when you play the game. This isn't a review of the game. I'm not telling you anything about the game. Just go play it. Like, genuinely. I'll probably put a clickbait title on this video too to make more people click on it. So if you're about to comment something about that, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Like someone on another video commented that, oh, clickbait title. But you did click on it. You did click on it. Either way, enough of my little rant. Go play Binding of Isaac, and who knows, it might be one of your favorite games too. And if it's not, I'm sorry for making you spend like $15 on it. Or like $40, $50 if you also buy all the DLC with it. And if you did that, then you are an idiot, because you should not automatically jump into the expansions without at least beating all the main bosses in the game. Yeah, okay, that is the limit for me. Beat all the main bosses in the game, and I think you move on to the expansions. At least give it like 20, 30, 40 hours of gameplay before you ever move on to any of the other ones. That's what I'm doing, because I just don't think you'll get the same enjoyment out of the expansions without seeing what the game has to offer first. Because I'd heard that it's a humongous jump. Even like the visuals change. So you really, really need to focus on just making sure that you're not being an idiot and jumping to conclusions. Either way, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully this video actually gets some traction, because I don't have Team Fortress installed and I don't feel like installing it so that I can get 1,000 views on a YouTube video. So hopefully, which I doubt it, I hope this video does good. Alright, if this gets like 200 views or something, I'll make another one. Simple as that. I'll buy Repentance if this gets 200 views. Yeah, I'll buy Repentance. Either way, to anyone who's actually still watching the video, thank you, and I'll see you later.